Welcome back.
Welcome back.
Topic podcast.
Episode 9.
Episode 10.
Episode 10.
Episode
I
10.
didn't know, which is why I said it with a question mark at the end.
Yeah. Question mark. But episode 10. Can you imagine that? We made 10 episodes.
10 episodes. That is insane.
I think that is...
That's a lot.
I don't know. I don't think that's a lot. I mean...
Before anybody clicks away, you suck for not watching the whole thing because we know you all only go for the first 10 seconds of the podcast, so...
Less than the first 10 seconds. You're not even getting enough
Yeah,
seconds.
they're like, they like see the off-topic podcast and then they click away and they're like, oh, I'll watch this later. No, you won't. No, you won't.
Ooh, do you think that's what's going
Called
through
you
their head?
out. What?
Do you think that's what's going through their head? Like, oh,
That's how I am because the link is through Snapchat. Nobody wants to watch it through Snapchat. They're like, oh, let me go through this through YouTube, and then they can't find it and they give up and they're like, okay, I'm not watching this.
Okay.
But the link on Instagram says you can move it to the app. So y'all are lazy.
So maybe okay, whatever. Yeah. Because I was just gonna be like a little more pessimistic and say like, oh, people are like, oh yeah, there's a link, but I'm just like gonna like swipe up and then like see that it's not anything fun and then just leave and like
it is fun. So that's their own fault.
It is fun. I think it's fun. Obviously, my judgment is 1000% accurate, and your judgment is wrong. Not your judgment, but
like everybody else's judgment.
But everyone else's judgment.
Yeah, what the frick, guys? And all these fake people are like, can I be on your podcast? No, you can't be on my podcast. Sorry.
Are people really asking to be?
No, but right when we started, I got a bunch.
Yeah. You want to be on our podcast? Watch the podcast.
And then fill out a Google form talking about your favorite part of the podcast, like specific timestamp so we know that you watched it.
You need to catalog the date and time that you watched the episode.
That you watched it, and then the timestamp of what part was your favorite.
Exactly.
Or which background is your favorite. Even harder.
Oh, the background. See, if you want to be on the podcast, you need to name every single
background. No, that's easier because then they can just open the video and be like, background.
Okay, well, then we have to do like an oral interview where it's like, okay.
Yeah, so what were the backgrounds?
Do you even remember
the first conclusion? If you want to be on the podcast, you need to fill out a Google form and have an oral interview with us.
Okay, but do you know what like our first background was? Backgrounds.
I think my first background was
Great. Love that background. Oh God, that's like the best background ever. My first background was actually
I'm going to look. I want to know. I want to remember what my first background and your first background is.
Silence is a really good background. Ooh, okay. So I'm just going to talk to the viewers.
Yeah, just go ahead.
I started watching Kakaguri.
Yeah, the gambling one.
The gambling.
I've already seen that.
Yes. Really I started watching it today and
you're behind.
I know, I'm behind the times. Okay, here's another thing though, right?
Hold on. Our first background was Animal Crossing and then me in the Matrix.
Oh, that's right. That's
so funny. That feels like such a long time ago.
Actually, OG people would know that your first background was the Care Bear background.
Yeah, the Care Bear and Childish Gambino.
Childish Gambino.
Yeah, that's so funny.
That
is God.
Funny. Oh, my head just.
Okay, so you're watching Kakegurime or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
Sorry, that's like we're butchering that for sure.
It's okay. It's Kakeguri, I think. Just Kakeguri.
Okay.
Regardless, I started watching it, and now I'm getting all the references from like the TikTok audios with Kakeguri. It's like,
yeah, I do like Baka.
Baka, right?
Don't ever do that in my presence ever again, ever. Oh no. I'm just gonna have to shut my brain down for a second, just so I don't say anything like actually mean.
All right.
Like Gina from Brooklyn Nine-Nine. She has
Yeah,
to like not say anything mean. She has to like really control herself.
I love her. She's
I
a great
know.
character.
So good.
I I I
I'm on season
aspire to
6
be her.
so
Yeah.
far. Yeah.
Brooklyn Nine-Nine is such a funny show,
It's so
but
good. It's so funny too because I'm like I'm an ACAB person, so it's hilarious. I'm
yeah,
like laughing. I'm like ah.
literally here's the
I
thing.
like don't even like cops.
I remember like um there was like that one episode. Actually, I think they go through, maybe there was multiple episodes. There's like that one episode where like Terry is getting like racially profiled by a
Oh
different.
yeah, yeah. When he's going to get Moo from the road.
Yeah, right. I remember thinking about that episode, like in like particular, especially when like the BLM stuff was happening in March, May, June,
All the time,
all
but
the time.
mostly it got crazy in May.
It
I
blew
think
up in May, but I mean, yeah, of course, it is always there. But I remember thinking about that episode because I was like, isn't that interesting? Like they kind of like, oh, I want to say it's performative basically because it's like, oh yes, we're combating racism in this show, right?
Mm.
But at the same time, it's like, I mean, it's not just like, oh, the guy's racist,
It's
right?
performative because they thought, well, we have to do this episode because our show is about cops, and cops are usually
But
the
they
group
did
of
that
people that are profiling black
right.
people.
I think, I mean, I don't know. I think they did that episode like before, like, I don't know when they did that episode, and I don't know where that episode came from
It
because it's
probably came from the fact that cops constantly
profile.
profile black people.
Right. I mean, but like, the thing is, there are so many cop shows, right? Actually, I don't know. I don't really watch a lot of.
There are a lot.
I don't know how many cop shows actually make like an episode or episodes about racially profiling people, right? Especially black people, right?
Well, probably in a cop show, they feel like they need to address it at some point because it's a cop show,
See,
right? Like
that's
you
the
can't make
thing.
a cop show
I don't think a lot of people
without getting bashed.
because I think a lot of people are like, oh, it's just cops. What do cops have to do with black people? Because they're ignorant, right?
Mm.
And they don't really see like that
Well, I
connection.
haven't seen the other cop shows,
Me
but
neither.
I
So I
do know
really
that in a different cop show, they like always like they're in 911 or whatever that stupid show is. They have a female black cop. They like need to make sure that they have
the
the
diversity.
black cop.
They have to like see that's like I don't know those. I mean, in general, I don't even watch cop shows because I kind of think they're just like
Well, I only watch Brooklyn Nine-Nine because it's a comedy and Andy Samberg.
it's yes, yeah.
That's like
But
the only
I actually watch it for all the characters there. I love all of them. I love Rosa.
I initially only started watching it in the beginning, not now, like when I first ever started watching it for Andy Samberg. But now, of course, I'm watching it because all the characters are really good.
I freaking love Rosa. She could step on me and I'd thank her. Okay.
Yeah.
What?
I don't like Rosa. I mean, I like Rosa. Of course, I like Rosa, but I
Okay,
think
but do you like her character? Do you like the actor?
yes.
I love the actor as well. I love
Her
both Rosa
character is
and
good. Her character is good for the show, but I think everybody likes her for the wrong reasons.
oh, what do you
Like,
mean?
why do you like Rosa?
Oh, I like her because she's like a bad bitch, and I think she could literally kill so many people, but she doesn't because
I
she's.
don't think she's a bad bitch at all. I think she's pessimistic and rude.
Oh,
You don't get that from her at all?
no, I don't.
You're lying if you don't notice her
Well, I
pessimism.
mean, yeah, no, I guess she's like, oh, she's got like a negative exterior, but she's not like pessimistic.
Yes, she is. She like doesn't care about I mean, she cares about the people but in the precinct, but she doesn't like she's always like, "What are we talking about? Like, I don't really care." Like, that's so mean to me. Like, I don't like that. They made her that way because I needed a character like that in the show, but I don't personally. I wouldn't be friends with somebody who acted like that. I'd be like, why are you acting like this?
Oh, well, it's not. That's not like pessimistic. That's just not caring.
Yeah, which is
Because
rude.
like,
Inherently rude.
I mean, yeah, I guess she is rude, but like, I don't know. I enjoy that from her. I think that's just like fun to see in a character.
It is fun to see in a character, but I also like hate it because I like relate. Like I also don't like that about Gina. Like just how mean she is sometimes. Like I just hate that. Like when I
See,
see it,
but
I'm
then
just like,
here's
this
the
is
thing.
awful.
Here's the thing. If you've got that character who's like super rude, kind of like careless and like negative to like all these other different types of people, if they're nice to you and if they're caring to you, that means a hell a lot more than like someone who's nice to everyone and then they also love you, right?
Right. That's so weird though.
Because then that
I
means
don't know how you can think about it that way.
you've put in the effort to connect with this character enough that they put in the effort back. And so now it's like, okay, I know you hate everyone else, but you love me. And that's what matters because that means like, that's like special.
Right. But I feel like life should not have that dynamic at all. I think you should just be nice to everybody.
Right. But I think like most people are just kind of like, most people are not like nice to everyone and ideal to everyone. And so that means, you've got to like break other people down in their like hardened exterior to get them to like you. Like it's all about, that's like, it's like, about like, I don't want to say like making people like you, but it's like you
Mhm.
have to like put in effort to get them to put in the effort to
Yeah,
like you.
I think I know what you're saying.
That's
Yeah.
what I'm trying to go for. I don't know.
Yeah, I see
But
what
I
you're
definitely
saying.
see where you're coming because I guess she really could be taken off as just like not bad bitch, just bitch.
Like I think she's a great character for the show because everybody has their own dynamic with each other, which makes the group so good. Like I love the show because of that. But like thinking realistically, because sometimes I do that in a show, like where I react like, oh, I don't know why that just happened or why that's happening. But like if somebody did that to me, like in real life, I'd be like, I don't want to be friends with you. Like, why are you so mean? Like that's but like I do love the show and I like everybody's dynamic. I think it's great.
I would love, okay, if you could be like friends with like one person from Brooklyn Nine-Nine, who would you be friends with?
Jake.
Jake. I would
He's the coolest.
I would love to be friends with Amy. I love
Oh,
her.
I would get so fucking tired of Amy so fast. I would not want to be friends with Amy. I love her, but when I watch that show, I'm like, oh my god. But I would be like, I would literally tell her, sorry, I'm definitely not gonna read this binder. Like I could not handle being friends with her. I'd definitely rather be friends with Jake. He's just fun and like
Ooh,
going.
I also have to be friends with Charles, of course.
I could not handle being friends with Charles either. He's so annoying and gross.
Here's the thing. I could not handle Jake. Man is so immature. I would love to
I
I would
love him.
love
He's so funny.
I would love to like watch him. I would love to be like Amy, watch him fuck up and be, funny and stupid and then also like avoid him.
But he's also really smart. He's a great detective.
Right, but I also really like Charles and all his food. Love Charles.
Charles, I could not handle Charles. He's so pretentious and he thinks he knows everything about food and he thinks he knows everything because he adopted a kid from like wherever, Latvia. Charles, shut the fuck up. You're so annoying. You think you know everything.
Okay, Charles obviously isn't like that. He's such
But
a
I like Charles and Jake together. They're
he's
good.
so he's so charming. He's such like a compassionate
Charles?
person. Yeah, Charles.
He's
He
charming.
he cares so much for other people.
He
That's
does. A lot too much though.
a little too much. That's
But
true.
that's
But that's
okay.
just like the
That's
drama.
a that's
That's
the
the
good
drama.
part in Charles.
That's just like
But
the
but
comedy.
Charles cares so much about people that's disgusting. Like he's always in their business and talking about personal stuff that like should not be talked about in public.
I don't. Yeah, I mean that is true.
Like
But
I would be like, Charles, why are you talking about that about my personal life in our workplace? Like please stop.
that I think is just like plain like comedy. If
Yeah,
you
for
have
sure. It for sure.
diluted that
But
to
if we're talking realistically who we'd be friends with, I would not choose Charles because of that reason.
well, if we're talking realistically, then all the characters would have to be like kind of toned down a little bit because they're so fake, you know?
I see what you're saying.
Because like
So
the
then
thing,
definitely Jake, because he wouldn't be as immature
I guess that's
as in
true.
the show,
I guess that's
but he
true.
would still be like funny and smart and like charming. I mean, he's
Yeah.
super nice to Amy.
He is also extremely charming.
Yeah.
Of course he is, right?
I think I would definitely be friends with Jake and I don't know how I left this out. I would for sure be friends with Holt. I
Oh,
love
sure.
Holt. I love Holt
Actually,
so
I'm
much.
not sure if I would be friends with Holt. I would be more like, I kind of see Holt more as like, a teacher, like a superior. So I
Sure.
kind of like have like that little like, oh, you're like my superior, like my captain, or like my teacher, or like
Yeah.
whatever, but like not necessarily like friends.
But I feel like if you did become friends with Holt, he'd be like a really good friend. So that's why I think I'd like try to build that friendship, like how he is with everybody in the precinct.
I
Like
would
he's their
love,
superior, but he's also their friend.
I would love a Gina Holt relationship because I think that is the best.
There's been those good Gina
There,
Holt episodes.
there have
I
been
love those episodes.
literally,
Like
man,
when they played chess, when she oh sorry, spoiler. When Gina leaves the precinct, when they were playing chess, I love that part. And she's like, "Caw." She leaves the room. She's like, "Caw."
God, Gina's so dramatic.
She's so funny. I think I'd be friends with Gina as well.
I would actually, I'm not sure if I would like to be friends with Gina because
She'd probably be mean.
I think realistically, she would be a mean girl. Like especially if like in high school. Well, I think
Well, no, but if Jake and Gina were friends in high school,
that's the thing.
then I think then she would actually be nice.
See, I think current Gina is really different from Gina in high school in the show because Gina in the high school in the show, I think, was like very like not who Gina is now, and she
Right.
a lot of, you know, unseen character development. But like
Yeah.
regardless, right? The current Gina, if you were to take that personality and put it back into high school, I think she would be a mean girl.
Yes.
But if
But I would be friends with 99th Precinct Gina.
yes.
Because if she could be friends with Jake in high school, she could be friends with anybody. Because if Jake as an adult is immature and really like stupid and funny, imagine how he was in high school and then Gina was friends with him in high school.
Yeah.
Also, did you know that the actor who plays Gina and Andy Samberg are actually childhood best friends?
I did know that, and I thought
Yeah, I just found that out yesterday. And
I
that's really
love
cool. And
I
it makes
love
everything way better.
I love those types of little like tidbits about shows where it's
Me
like
too. That's why Simon Pegg and Nick Frost are so good.
that I freaked out when I found out that Schitt's Creek was literally made in a like with a family. Like it was like the dad and the son.
Oh yeah. See, the reason that I already knew that from the beginning when you were watching, my mom used to watch Eugene Levy movies all the time
Yeah,
when they were first coming out. So like, cause he was in a bunch of other comedies.
right.
My mom had already seen.
He was in that
Oh my
one.
God, they're related, and there's the daughter, and I was like, oh cool, that's awesome.
Yeah. I think that's I remember freaking out because I was like, oh my God.
Also, Moira and the actor of Moira and Eugene Levy already have a relationship from all their past movies.
From all their past exactly.
Which kind of ruined the excitement for me, like when you find out, because I already knew from the beginning like the connections between everybody, but that's still an amazing show.
That is such an amazing show.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed that show, and
And it was because of me.
it was.
I was the one who kept saying you need to watch this show because nobody listens to me.
You know who the freak tried to steal credit for this? Okay, you told me about Schitt's Creek a long time ago. I can't really remember when.
Yeah, but it was a while.
It was a while ago, right?
Yeah.
Then I started watching Schitt's Creek. It was like at least, I don't know. I don't care.
However long after you started watching because I suggested it.
Right? I brought Schitt's Creek to my family.
I remember that.
Now Sonia's claiming she's the one who brought it to our family, and she's the one who got me.
No, Sonia.
No, ma'am.
Sonia, you cannot lie about this one.
No, ma'am. I started watching Schitt's Creek before, and I brought it here. So actually, you're wrong.
Wrong.
Actually, I was gonna tie it into a different thing. At the beginning of this, I was gonna talk about how like Attack on Titan, because we were talking about Kakaguri.
Oh yeah.
We bring up Attack on Titan and how season 4 is coming out, and there is so much hype around Attack on Titan AOT, especially like on TikTok and like other social media, and I've seen it like everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
And I was talking to my mom about this as well because it was just like we were just having a discussion about how like people kind of jumped on the bandwagon, I want to say. And it's not like necessarily bad. It's just like you see a lot of hype around this one show and you're like, oh, I should probably check out this show, right? And then you get hyped up about the show and then you see a lot of people on that show. But it's like also that type of thing where it's like I started watching AOT in freaking middle school, like 6th or 7th grade, first
Yeah.
season.
So you feel the need to gatekeep it for other people.
No.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
no. More of I feel the need to just say a lot of bitches were like, oh, you watch anime? That's weird. You know? But nowadays it's a lot more welcoming. I don't know. I don't know if that's the right word, but like accepted, I guess. Because I just think, people are, a little bit more open-minded and kind nowadays, I'd like to say, with Gen Z.
Sure.
Maybe.
Sure. What was your point?
My point is that, like, there's a lot of people who are, like, much more accepting towards people who watch anime / they watch anime, while before, like, literally 5 years ago or, like, 5+ years ago, there was a lot of people who were like, oh, anime, that's only, like, that's weird. That's for, like...
Right, so it's a good thing.
It is a good thing. That's what I'm saying.
Okay. You
like,
almost made it sound like you were about to gatekeep anime.
I'm gatekeeping anime, actually. Only I can.
You almost made it sound like everybody. You almost made it sound where you were like, "Oh yeah, everybody who said that they didn't like anime now are watching it, and they shouldn't do that." I thought that's
no. I'm saying like there's been growth, and that like type of hyping it up got it to be. I think like like with social media, it blew up, and that really made it more.
Yeah.
Accepted.
I don't not
think
an anime person
word, though. It's just more
anymore.
I don't know. Yeah, but I've been freaking knee deep in anime. I'm just pounding it.
I already went through that. I don't want to do it again.
It's not a phase, Mom. It's a lifestyle.
Was I like that? No, it was definitely sixth and seventh grade is when I started watching some anime, and now I don't really anymore.
Yeah,
I just don't. It's just because it's so. I know I can enjoy it without like thinking about how awful like everything surrounding it and like is to me, but I don't know. Like I feel like everything surrounding anime is so annoying. So I like don't want to be a part of that.
that's understandable.
Like I enjoyed Sword Art Online. I watched that. I watched Devilman's Crybaby a long ass time ago when that shit first came out, and now everybody's jumping on that bandwagon. So good for them. Good for them because. But I do have to say I've been known about that. I'm that type of person. I will say that. So I'm not gatekeeping because anybody can enjoy whatever they want. I'm just saying I've been new. Anyways, I watched that. What else did I watch? Sword Art Online, I think, was my main.
There are some, there are some things that maybe should be gatekeeped, though.
I think music should be gatekeeped. Is that bad?
Music?
Not all of it. Not all of it. Just certain things.
Okay, wait, explain.
Like, honestly, though, I do get really annoyed. I know it's bad and like I should probably get over it, but I do get really annoyed when somebody's like a huge fan of something now or is doing something now that they chat on people for like for a long time. That's so annoying to me, and I feel like they should like be confronted about that.
I think I see that. I definitely see that, but like then that's when it kind of gets into like that weird territory, which is like, are you trying to gatekeep my interests? And it's like, no, but you kind of shat on people for that same interest, and now it just kind of feels like you're being hypocritical. Or
also, especially if you're a girl that likes anything, you cannot like anything.
I know. You're a woman.
Like I never mention my interests.
You're a woman who likes something.
Ew, you like skateboarding? You want to be. Oh, you like video games? Oh, no, that's only for the boys.
Dude, you're a woman who has, like, hair? You're going for the boys, dude. Only
like,
men have hair.
Anything.
You have leg hair? Women don't have leg hair. Only men have leg hair.
Oh, bro. People who gatekeep, like, or like shit on decorations in your room, like put your finger down if you have those ugly LED lights. Shut your mouth.
Dude.
Shut your mouth. Who cares? It's not your life. Do what you want to do. Let people do what they want to do. I don't get that.
Some people are really just like ticked off about the smallest things.
Oh my God, I know.
There will be a TikTok, right, of just something like regular, and then there will be like a whole ass feud in the comments about like a fucking poster in the background, and it's like, it really does not matter.
I know.
It does not matter. Where's like your life? Where's like your outside, concerns, right?
I don't know. People want to feel like they know everything, and I cannot lie. Deep down inside of me, I want to always be like, actually, and I am like that. I think everybody who knows me knows that I've been that way at certain times in my life.
Mm-hmm.
And I try not to, but it's so hard. And I get where some people are coming from, where they want to be like, no, I don't like that. You should do this instead. But like, don't do that. That's so rude.
I mean, okay, another thing to keep in mind is that, like, we're all human. If someone is like a little bit negative or a little bit positive, just don't like go to extremes. It's like, oh, I hate you, and then the other person's like, you hate me? Well, I'm gonna kill you with a bomb. And it's like, whoa, whoa,
Don't say that.
Like, where did that come from? Like, okay, I understand I've got an opinion, but please don't kill me for that. Like, that is just extreme.
But also, there's like a difference from having like an opinion, like, oh, I don't like LED lights, and then like saying, oh, I don't like LED lights, so you shouldn't have them. That goes for literally anything. Mm-hmm. Anybody that has an opinion on and you're trying to push it, don't do that. That's so annoying.
But like, that's just
unless your favorite Disney movie is Lilo and Stitch. Just kidding. I love that movie. Just kidding. I love that movie. I would never say anything bad about that movie.
I was so close.
No, I love that movie. Don't even come
fucking rip it, bitch. Ohana means family, but
yeah, that's a good movie.
Real close to not being family.
Secret, my mom hates that movie. And I try to convince her otherwise, and she got so mad at me for trying to argue with her about it. She was like, Stitch is such a little shit. He didn't even get in trouble for any of his like bad decisions that he made. Bro, he's an animal. He's an alien. Like what? I was trying to give her examples. What else bad happens in movies where the protagonist doesn't get consequences? I'm trying to think.
Oh, I mean, I'm sure there's a lot. Like
the example I gave her was when Remy stole food from the kitchen and he didn't like get in that much trouble for it, and she was like, that's a completely different movie. And I was like, okay, we're done, I guess. Well, I'm done trying to convince you Lola and Stitch is a good movie. I said
examples if it's a completely different movie.
I don't know. I was like, Ohana means family, like that's a great message, like you never leave your family behind. And she's like, doesn't matter, he did bad things. Okay. Well, you did bad things. Should I like be mad at you forever? No.
You cheated on a test 20 years ago? Jail.
You're not my mom anymore.
You're not my mom. I don't know.
I think it's a good movie. I thoroughly enjoy it.
You're dead to me. Don't talk to me.
No, I thoroughly enjoyed Lilo and Stitch.
Like, oh
my God, we've been going for a really long time, haven't we?
Shoot, have we?
I think so.
When did we start? I think we started around 11:40 something.
Yeah, that's a lot, I would say.
I think we like hit 30 like right now. Whatever, I'll find out in a hot minute.
Well, okay. I feel like we talked about good stuff. Is there anything else you would like to add?
Just like have a good day. I hope you're having a good day. If you made it to the end of the episode, I hope it's a wonderful day. Because
have a wonderful, fantastic day.
You are the real golden.
You are the real one.
This
is gonna be like my grandma or somebody that watched all the way to the end.
Well, I appreciate it.
Yeah, we appreciate that.
And I think it's
really my mom.
Yeah.
Or my aunt. Somebody in my family.
That'd be kind of funny if your mom watched this episode with you, kind of like.
No, it happens. She knows about that conversation. It's okay. We have fought about Lilo and Stitch, and we are not ashamed of it. It was like a full-on like argument. Like we were arguing, and she was like, "We're done. We're not talking about this anymore." And I was like, "I'm mad."
It was like that one Vine.
Did I text you about it? I might have told you about it.
It's very possible. No, but there's that one Vine, you know, like the guy who's like,
Oh, the Wicked Witch of the East.
The Wicked Witch. You're gonna tell me that I'm wrong? You're gonna like stay there and tell me that I'm wrong?
Yeah, it is like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, but we were actually in it to win it. We were arguing. I was pulling out like debate points.
I got the whole like point system up here, you know, like bam, bam. I got a judge on deck. Boom. Anyway.
Okay. Well.
Yeah, that was my.
So anyways, thanks for anyone who came all the way to the end. You're a real one.
You are a real one. You're allowed to gatekeep us now.
Yeah, you can say I've been watching the Off Topic podcast from the beginning. That's what you're allowed to do.
Our like permission.
Yeah, you have our permission to gatekeep. This is so bad. If we get famous and this comes out, gatekeeping's bad, guys.
Guys, it's a joke /
joke.
Okay,
Joke.
Don't worry about it.
Don't worry. Okay.
Anyways, bye.
Bye, everyone. Bye.